Hello again, second grade. Today in math, we're going to be working with 20-1. So find this workmat in your packet. Division as sharing. Excuse me. You already know how to find the number of objects in all. If you know the number of groups and the number of objects in each group. We worked on multiplication over the last couple of weeks, and we spent a lot of time on that, so you should know how to do this. Today, you're going to learn to find the number of objects in each group when you know the number of objects in all and the number of equal groups. So second grade, this is a lot like the fact families. If you'll remember, now that you know multiplication, let's just do a simple math sentence. In addition, okay, we know 5 plus 3 is 8, and we know it doesn't matter what order we put those in. We can say 3 plus 5, we still get the same number. And then we know our subtraction sentences. We can do 8 take away 5, and that's going to be 3. And then, of course, 8 take away, what would it be? 3 is all the same numbers, right? Is 5. These are called fact families. And guess what? So cool. When we do multiplication, it's the same thing. We can do the same fact families. And let's say we know we know 2 times 3, or if we had 2 groups with 3 things in them, that's 6. So of course, if we just flip the numbers around, it doesn't really matter. We still get the same number. Well, guess what? Division is the opposite of multiplying, just like adding and subtracting are the opposites. So we can take 6, and this is what division looks like. And we're going to get the same answers, all the same numbers. They're just sort of flipped around. So if we have 6 divided by 2, we're going to get, and guess what this number is going to be? 6 divided by 3 is going to be what? If we have fact families, that's what we're going to get. And actually, that is our first problem. So I was going to give you a problem of there are 6 sheets of construction paper. We're going to do an art project, let's say. So I've got 2, 4, 6. And I have 3 children that are going to be doing this art project. And they're going to share these 6 sheets of construction paper. So what does it mean that the children share the paper equally? So each child has the same amount. How can you use your counters to show that the children share the paper equally? Well, since each counter shows 1 piece of construction paper, let's pretend that this is our paper, I can put 1 counter in each of the children's places. And I can continue to do this until I run out of counters. So, in the first problem, if 6 are sharing and we have 3 groups, how many do I have in each group? It's very simple to see when you have it all laid out like that, right? So I have 2 in each of the groups. Okay, let's see if we can try another one. So this time I'm going to tell you I have 12. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so we have 12 children and I have 3 groups. So let's just organize our sheets of construction paper. We're going to put 1 on each block until we're done, until we've used up all our counters. So if I have 12 and I have 3 groups, how many do I have in each group? The answer is 4. Oh, look at this now. Now we can do the multiplication part. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. See the fact, families? Let's try one more. Now I'm going to have 15 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and 15. Okay, now we're going to divide them up into these 3 groups. So we're just going to keep putting counters in our blocks until we've used up all of them. Okay? So if I have 15 and they're sharing 3 groups, how many are in each group? The answer would be what? 5. All right. So I know you may not have counters like these at home, but feel free to use anything else that you might have. So let's look on the inside of 20-1. Up at the top, they give us some examples. There are 8 toys. 4 dogs share them equally. How many toys does each dog get? Well, if we divide them up equally, here are the 8 toys. We're going to make the counters and put them in 4 equal groups. If there's 8 in all and there's 4 groups, they each get 2 toys. All right, let's try some on our own. What you can do right now is pause the video and come back when you are ready to go over your answers. Okay, second grade, are you ready to check your answers now? Okay, so the first one says, well, the first one was done for us. We have 4 toys and the 2 friends. So we have 2 groups. You were to draw out these pictures here. So the first one was 10 markers. And they're shared by 2 friends. So we have 2 groups. Okay. So how many do we have? Well, we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So how many do I have in each of these groups? I have 5. Can you see that? Because I know it's bleeding through on from the other page. We have 5 markers in each of the 2 groups. Okay, let's look at number 3. We have 18 balloons shared by 2 friends. So let's start dividing them up. We have 18 in all. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So how many do I have in each? I have 2 groups again. And how many do I have in each of those groups? I have 9 balloons, 9 in each. Okay, now sometimes we do this, do you understand in class? Sometimes we don't. Let's try to do this together. Do you understand this? How can you put the 10 markers from this exercise into 5 equal groups? Well, we do the same thing. So we're going to have 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to put 10 in each one total. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So if I have 5 equal groups, oh, look at this. That's that fact family again. It's all the same numbers. So if I had 10 in all, and I have 5 groups, this is really a multiplication sentence. How many do I have in each? I have 2 in each group. Does everybody see that? Let's move on to the next page. We're going to circle the equal groups. So if we have 24 colored pencils shared by 3 friends, so we have 24 in all, and I have 3 groups. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how many do each of my friends get of colored pencils. So let's try this. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so how can I group these? Well, it would probably be best to use a pencil in your case, but you should have figured out when you work through these that we can have 8 colored pencils, and that's how they're divided equally. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be 8 if I take both of those groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you divided these out carefully on your own. So in each of these 3 groups, we have 8 colored pencils. Okay, for the next one, we have 20 crayons, and they're shared by 4 friends. So we have 20 in all, and we have 4 groups. And how do we determine how many crayons we have? Well, we know we have 20. So we should be able to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each of these groups has 5 crayons in them. Okay, let's go down to number 6. The art teacher has 12 glue sticks. Find 5 different ways to show equal groups of glue sticks. Okay, well, if we had, let's say, 12 groups, then we would just have 1, right? All of them would be in the same group. Let's say we have 6 groups. So if we took our 12 counters, get those back again. And you can certainly use counters at home. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. If I have 6 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, how many are in each group? We have 2. Let's say I want to do 4 groups now. Okay, well, I'm going to take these and I'm going to distribute these equally. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. How many in each group? Now I have 3. Okay, let's say we have 3 groups. Oops. Sorry. Still the same number. We have 12. But now I want 3 groups. So I'm going to distribute these until everybody has equal amount. I have 3 groups of 12. So now they each get 4. Let's see here. Oop, I did this wrong. This one, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mess you up. So this one would be the 3 groups, right? Yes, 3 groups of 12. Sorry. And then finally, let's see, I'm missing a group. 12, 6, 3 and 4. Oh, let's do 2 groups. So now I want to take these and divide them up equally. So I'm going to add these to these groups. Now what do I have? Still have my same number of 12. I have 2, 4, 6 in each group. All right. Finally, let's look on the back. We're going to solve these problems using counters or pictures if you need to. Sarah has 18 jars of paint. She puts them in 3 rows. Each row has an equal number of jars. How many does she have? This seems familiar from maybe something Mrs. Bennett did last week with a multiplication sentence with the flowers in the mason jars. That would be 6 jars of paint. Ray has 16 posters to give to 4 friends. Each friend gets an equal share. How many